So what have we got here? A bit of pork belly.
Yeah, so lovely piece of pork belly. I love putting Asian spices on this, and particularly like I love to put the spices on and leave it for a couple hours and let that flavour sink in. Yeah.
So you put a dry spice rub into that.
Yeah. So
chef,
yeah. And basically I have the rind taken off, like, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a nice spice on it, and then Michael's gonna just tie it up like a French tie. What
French tie,
yeah. And a roll, like, and then we're gonna roast it off. So I have some nice kind of Chinese spice. Beautiful.
Yeah, it works really well.
It works really well, and I particularly like this spice because like it just gives that pork a unique kind of flavor. There's a spice in there called it's a bit like cinnamon, but it's like Chinese bark. It's close to it.
Yes.
But they're a lot bigger and not as intense, like, So
It smells a little like an aniseed type of.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, but so
Just the fennel as well, baby.
yeah. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw some thyme in here as well. It's nice on in the oven, or you can do it in the barbecue. What I'm going to do is throw a bit of lemon on there as well.
And again, like we had the pork belly ribs off that. If you left the rind on it, you left the bone on it, you cured it, you have your streaky, you have your pancetta, you could smoke it.
But there's loads of cuts that it's off that, isn't there? Like so you have like the ribs, you have pork. The Japanese love like a roll, and then they cook it with slows, and then they chill it, and they cut it on the slicer in a little thin slice and put that on the top of the ramen. But yeah, so
a little goes a long way.
Are you over to roll this up, chef?
Yeah, if you can roll that up, and what we'll do is we'll stick that in the oven. So that's quite a big piece, like for me.
It's a wide belly.
It's a wide belly, yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, I took the wide belly because we were doing a rack of pork.
Yeah.
Where if I was doing a loin of pork for a joint, I would have left it. That's what I'm saying. If you talk to the butcher, we can butcher it to whatever your requirements are, really.
Yeah.
And it's a very affordable cut of meat as well in the belly, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can really get your margins from it. It works well as a starter, as a canopy. It's just handy to have. Pork belly ready to go.
And as you said, like the pork rind, which I took this off earlier, put them at the scratchings.
Yeah, delicious. So how long will we roast this for now?
So by looking at that there, I think it's about maybe, am I wrong, about 3 kg?
Yeah, you wouldn't be far off that, chef.
Yeah, so I say about 475 degrees or 175 for about maybe 45 minutes. And what I'm going to do after that then is rest it. When it comes out of the oven, you put a bit of tin foil on it and just let it rest on its own, So, but when that's kind of finishing there, he hands back over to me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the top as well, put Asian spice and do the exact same. Put a bit of oil on top of it, so you can't before you stick it in the oven, so it kind of crusts up as well. So
the belly is well able to take all them flavors.
Because the fat is just slowly, and the meat, the flavors are going into the meat like at the same time because it's rolled. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the fat is layering inside as well, like, So it's beautiful.
But the fact that you rest it then, for about an hour afterwards, really helps as well for the meat to tenderize as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And because it's rolled, it holds the heat in. When you take it out of the oven, I'm sure it doesn't get cold straight away. So
I'm going to serve it like a bar food style. So I'm going to put it on this little platter and the 4 different pieces in the circles. And what you can do is serve a nice, a couple of sides with that, cream spinach or
gorgeous.
A nice little pepper sauce in a little copper pot, or you can serve some chips as well with it, you know what I mean? Some fried, or even roast potatoes, like if you want to make it into like a Sunday kind of thing.
It's ideal for a Sunday lunch, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's so simple. Yeah, belly is one of my favourite cuts. I have a lot of favourite cuts when it comes to pork.
Chef.
Yeah. So you're going to fire that back over. Yeah, if you can put that on the tray, and then what I'll do is I'm going to season it up again. So basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put it back. So I'm going to put some 5 spice back over it again, okay? I'm going to put a bit of salt, and this will help me crunch as well at the top with the black pepper. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw some rapeseed oil over it. Just going to give that a little marinade in, okay? So like you can see how that's colouring on the top of the meat already. Basically, like that's going to crust up, and the flavour on the outside as well is going to be there. All right. So 175 degrees for about 45 or 50 minutes. here's one I kind of like done earlier, where we're waiting there. So you can see how that's kind of coming out there. Just incredible.
Beautiful.
You can see the fat kind of running off it a bit. You know what I mean? It's beautiful, nice juices. It's on slow. You can see the sides there all crisping up. You can hear it there. You know, that's nice and crisp. So
I can smell it here as well, Chef.
yeah, the 5 spice, yeah, it's delicious, isn't it?
Yeah.
So basically what I was saying there, the Japanese cool this down and then they slice it on the slicer and they cut kind little slices of it, and then they will blow torch it on a little tray and then they stick it on the ramen. Very cost effective, you know?
Yeah.
Ramen's just noodles with a bit of soup and a bit of vegetables and very thin slices of meat on top of it. Piece here for a
Again, I remember when I was serving the apprenticeship, we used to do a roast leg of pork as a cooked meat option. You know, people coming in getting slices of ham.
So if you
A
see
nice
there,
cold sliced roast pork.
yeah, how delicious is that?
Look, lovely.
You know.
It smells incredible.
So I love this here. For me, this is a perfect piece of bar food served in a nice kind of like if you want to do like a nice little pot of a little side dish, as I said, with a bit of cream spinach, but maybe a roast potato, or you know, even a bit of pepper sauce on the side, or whatever sauce you're going to serve. Maybe a little gravy or an apple sauce at the side of that as well. It's delicious, you know. Look at how like juicy that is. Like, so what I love to do in this, I love squeezing a bit of a lemon on top of it, and this would kind of give it a nice kind of freshness on top of it.
Nice.
And that's it. We're gonna just dig in. Do you want to dig in this time?
That's what I'll try, Chef. Thank you.
Wow, that's a really generous
Succulent.
Yeah. And like if you know, free, you know, this is a platter for free. Like, you know, if you want each, and then you have a nice little, you know, potatoes or, you know, a little side dishes with it. You know what I mean? It's delicious, like, you know. So
It's just melting in your mouth.
yeah, and that's particularly what I like about the belly. You need it kind of melting, you know.
Oh,
you need that kind of, you need that crisp on the skin as well.
And again, it doesn't take too long in the oven. Like 45 minutes is not 50 minutes. It's not going to cost you.
Delicious.
It's the resting time that
Yes.
is the most important. You know, put a tin foil on top, let it rest slowly. Let the fat kind of dribble in back into the meat again. You know, delicious.
God, Sunday roast, ideal.
Yeah.
Like nobody's going to complain. It's beautiful.